Hello and welcome. It's me, Marls44, and welcome back to another Cardfight Vanguard. Cardfight area, deck profile. Today's deck profile, we've got of the Overlords. Overlording our system. Get the pun? And doing this with me, this is not my deck. This is my buddy's deck, aka my cousin, Jahauf, with me.
Hi. What's up, guys? Jahauf here.
Yeah, so he'll be taking over from here on out, pretty much. I'll just be asking him questions, but yeah. Go ahead, introduce us to your beautiful Overlord deck. So, wait, before you start though, I would like to say this deck is for fun, so please don't like completely go overboard.
What I was about to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Purely for fun deck. It is not competitive in any way, shape, or form. It is just meant for fun. After I saw Kai do this in the anime with literally every Overlord, and then I came up with this.
Goku in this deck, that'd be pretty funny, honestly. But okay, let's do this. So shall we go to the starter, or are we starting grade?
We're set.
Where are we starting? Because I didn't ask that. Starter, what?
Just do it the way you do it always.
Alright, let's go to the starter first then. We'll go to the starter, back to grade 3s. Strides is always last. Okay.
So our starter is Perdition Dragon Tinder Spear Draco Kid. I personally think he's a good enough starter. He does the job. He can retire a unit for you for just a simple cost of a counterblast. All you have to do is hit their Vanguard, counterblast 1, and you get rid of a column.
Pretty much. It's an entire column, right?
Oh, and your Vanguard has to be in Legion, but like, it's still a column.
Yeah, and I mean, you have two... You
just put it into the right column or left column. When you Legion, swing with that column. They don't... It's literally a mandatory guard, or they're losing a column. So, like, imagine playing OTT and losing a Tom.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright.
4 crit, 4 draw, and 4 heal triggers. The draw obviously being Gatling Claw Dragon. Because, well, he's Gatling Claw. You get him turn 1 or something. That's always great. You kill off their starter.
Pretty much.
So, grade 1s. So we have Dragon Monk Gojo. Pretty standard. He's what you want to try and ride first, of course. Especially if you go first. Go first. Gojo. Rest. Drop jaw. Pretty standard.
Yeah.
It's nice for recycling and getting through your deck. And it will let you get to Legion easier.
Yeah. It'll definitely, like, honestly, it'll probably definitely help you out in this deck, because, like, with the fact of, you know, you do run quite a few more grade 3s than normal, because you're playing 10 in this deck, because it's all the Overlords, so he's pretty big to just, like, get rid of that stuff right away, and then recycle it later.
It was upsetting. I had to restrict myself to only 2 of each Overlord. That's besides the point. So now we have 3 Lava Flow Dragon. That's always nice to have, just because, well, it lets you stride. It's your stride enabler.
Basically.
And then we have, I'm not quite sure what this guy's name is. Nikai.
I know, I struggle with some of these too. It's okay.
So, you just put them into the soul when you kill off one of their rear guards due to an effect of your card, and you get to choose 2 cards from your damage zone and flip them up.
Pretty handy, honestly.
And because you're playing Kagero, that's super easy to get. You can use, let's say, well, we don't run Berserk Dragon, but let's say you ran a Berserk Dragon, kill off something with Berserk Dragon, put him into the soul, and you unflip it, and you got a free kill, pretty much.
I mean, with Twilight Arrow, you counterblast 1 every turn, pretty much, so, like...
And then...
Later on, you could just... yeah. Oh,
lastly, for grade 1s, we have our 4 P-Guards. And the unflipping P-Guard.
Because, yeah, OP.
Yeah. It's unflipping.
Who likes Bari? Everybody does. But unflipping takes priority.
That's debatable. It's Bari. Okay, so then we have 4 Burning Horn Dragon, 12k beater. As long as you have an Overlord in your Vanguard, which is impossible not to have.
Pretty much.
4 Dragonic Burnouts, counterblast 1, and you get...
Soul Blast 1.
When it... Soul Blast?
Yeah.
I always think it's counterblast.
Nope.
Every time. Every time, I swear. So, whenever you place down on a rear guard or Vanguard, you can choose a card with Overlord in your drop zone, put it at the bottom of your deck, and kill things.
You know what's funny about that?
Kill.
You know what's really funny about that?
What?
You recycle triggers. You use Legion. You put this card back in the deck. You put grade 3s back in the deck, and you could just kind of reuse and recycle.
Deck.
Basically.
There is not really a way to run out of a deck. Get late in the game, Dragonic Burnout. You put like let's say a DX at the bottom of your deck. There's another card for you. Mm-hmm. Get DX, Legion into it, and then throw Dragonic Burnout back in.
Yeah.
3 Twilight Arrow Dragons.
Pretty OP.
About to say Counterblast again.
It is a Counterblast though.
Oh yeah! Oh, Generation Break 1, I was like, ooh. Okay, Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1. If you hit the Vanguard with this unit while he is boosted, you get to choose an opponent's grade 2 or less rearguard and retire it.
Yeah, it's pretty...
For the low cost of only 1 Counterblast.
And all it has to be is boosted. Like, that's fair. Every freaking clan has this now. Oh. I do have a question for you. So you're playing all the Overlords. Yeah. I just would like to get your opinion why you're not running, Neoflame. I just want to know your thought on that.
Because we don't need a Neoflame.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
The reason why I don't run Neoflame, guys, because the other grade 2s I like better. If you want, you can take out, let's say, a 1 Burnout and 1 Burning Horn and throw Neoflame in.
Yeah, that could work.
But chances are you're not going to ever Legion with the grade. Honestly, what you want to try and do is, well, first, this is who you want to try and ride first. The Break Ride Dragonic Overlord. Would run the normal Overlord as well, but, like, then that's 12 grade 3s, and that's just going to kill me. It's, like, straight out just death right there.
Pretty much. That's, like, the only one you don't run.
So, if you can get Dragonic Overlord onto your onto your Vanguard, and Break Ride into, let's say, the X, 6-6, or even just get a Break Cross Ride with the end.
And no Limit Break removers either for something like this?
No. I don't...
You don't feel you need it. No, I gotcha.
Yeah, I don't feel I need it. Chances are I'm going to be at 4 damage because of Cog Arrow, how it works.
You take damage, and then you
just
One thing
a lot of people have problem with Cog Arrow. Sometimes I do it myself, I forget. But they're not super aggressive, but they are at the same time. They can be both really defensive and aggressive. This is more of a aggressive deck because the defensive ones usually have literally like every card has some way to remove a unit. This deck has a lot of that too. So it's more on the defensive side. But once you hit grade 3, you have cards that can hit hard.
Mm. And then also, I mean, like, if you want to get to... It's easy to get to 4 damage quickly and then just kind of punish your opponent with Kagero.
If you do not know what this Dragonic Overlord Break Ride does, he gains... Your Vanguard will gain 10,000 power in it. You get a Counterblast 1. Choose 1 Kagero from your hand, discard it. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked your guard, you may pay the cost. If you feel like it, of course. And you just get to stand your unit. Although it's a one-time thing. Yep. Combo that with, let's say, the X while he's Legion with the end. And that's the jerk move. It's swing with the X while Legion. Swing for, let's say, well, it's already like a 26k base.
I actually never thought of that. That's pretty disgusting.
And then
that would be really disgusting.
Boom, Break Ride effect, Counterblast, drop, restand, swing for another like 31k.
And I mean, Rebirth is pretty like annoying with him too. But like, oh my god, the X with him? That's so. Oh.
So we were on 2 Dragonic Overlord. The X's.
X.
I want to go to the X, dude.
Right there.
Just because he looks so cool.
He does.
So, he has a Legion with Dragonic Overlord at the end, right to his left, his little buddy.
Yeah.
I find pretty cool. And his Legion power is choose a Dragonic Overlord DX, drop it, Counterblast 1, and at the end of your battle, if you hit, if you do not hit, sorry, you get to choose up to your opponent's rear guard to retire them. So, pretty much it's a swing, if you don't hit, restand, and kill 2. Or they let you hit and restand. And then swing again, and maybe get that effect off. Mm-hmm. So you have 2 chances to get this effect off, and to hit. Mm-hmm. It's really strong. I haven't pulled it off. I've only ever used it twice against Marley here. he got super salty and he rage quit because he doesn't know why he can't beat this deck. So
I got like a bunch of great zeros. I swear I always draw great zeros. Like, it's so sad.
personally, I'm actually gonna, once I'm done my competitive DX deck, I'm actually gonna build this deck, and it's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna go and play it in my local.
Everyone's gonna be like, what the hell?
The only one person I don't think I'll be able to win. Other than that, I got it.
Your
It'd be
brother.
so sick. Okay, so we run 2 Dragonic Overlord at the end. If you don't know his ability is Counterblast 2, drop the end from your hand. If he hit, restand. Very simple. Back in the day, this was super overpowered. Now it's kind of
still overpowered.
It's still really strong.
With the X.
Kind of underwhelming compared to some more effects. Like, literally, it's so standard. You have the X who's doing things while having the break ride to restand. Like, and if you have Dragonic Overlord in the soul, he gains 2k.
Yeah.
So partner him up with, so let's say you have Dragonic Overlord and you Legion. Instead of having a 22k base, you now have 24.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh god.
Because of the end technically has a 13k
You never think about
base.
that kind of stuff.
The X has 11k. Put those together, you have 24k. Nice and strong. That's a really nice base. 24k. That's pretty solid, I would say.
Like, that
And then,
hits cross rides. That's hit.
You have
That hits cross ride for the good mark.
and let's say you have what behind it? One of what's it called? I forgot.
The guy who had flips.
Yeah. I don't know, just something behind it that lets you hit. So let's say a Tika.
You could swing for 31,
Icky,
basically.
whatever.
With a booster, you could swing for 31.
You swing for a lot twice. So now we have 2 Dragonic Overlord, the Rebirth. Him.
Mr. Locke.
The Link Joker one, pretty much. The Link Joker Gogero. So, if you can lock any number of your units. If you lock all 5 when you attack, you can choose 2 Kagero units from your hand, discard them, and stand this unit. Once per turn thing, but that can be very devastating. Plus, he gains 10,000 power. So you swing for 21k by himself, check twice, cool nothing, restand, attack again, check 2. That's a plus, only +2 to hand unless you get a draw trigger. But it's the 2 21ks in a row plus any triggers added. And that can get rid of, let's say they have 11k base, there goes 15k shields, 15k shield, 20k, however many you throw at it.
This guy can also sit at the 13k base.
Yeah, and he can sit at 13k, so he'll have 23k because of Dragonic Overlord being in the soul. So this is another cross-ride for Overlord.
Yep. Then
And
we got last one.
final grade 3 is Perdition Imperial Dragonic Overlord the Great, the mouthful of a name. He can Legion with Perdition Dragonic Neoflame, but honestly, you're trying to get the X. But just if you feel like being able to Legion with him, you can Counterblast 1 and choose 2 cards from your hand, discard them. And at the end of your battle, if he hits, if this unit's in Legion, and you pay the cost, you can send all of your Vanguard. If he attacks a rear guard, forgot that part. So you attack rear guard, pay Counterblast 1, choose 2 cards, drop, restand. It's literally like the original Dragonic Overlord, but like
Rear
better
guard focus.
because you don't even have to kill it. It's just a pressure kind of thing.
Yeah.
And your other thing is you got to choose one of your rear guards with the same name as a unit in Vanguard Circle and retire it. And if you hit, you may pay the cost. And if you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire. So let's
you
say,
know what?
So let's say I have
Go ahead.
Great Legion and I have another Great on the field. Retire the Great, kill off their grade 2 in the front row that's going to intercept, and that could be a
Then
simple...
Dragonic Burnout.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was going to say. Like, that's exactly what I was going to say. Just Dragonic Burnout after that. Put them back in your deck, recycle them, retire something else. It's not too bad.
And because of the X, Legioning, you're going to shuffle your deck.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to have pure grade 3s off the bottom of your deck all game.
Pretty much.
You're going to end up shuffling. So, finally, We run for Yaksha.
What?
What?
That's not Yaksha.
No. Okay. So finally, we run for our strides. For Supreme Heavily Emperor Dragon, Dragonic Overlord, the Ace. Another mouthful, but I love it. Come on, look at him. Look at that artwork.
It's basically for the like, with all that retiring and Overlord stuff, you got this guy to top it off.
This is the best. So our strat unit, Counterblast 2. Choose a face down the Ace from my G zone. Turn it face up, and I'm just gonna read the ability straight up because I don't know it off the top of my head, like I know for most of them. If the number of face-up cards in your G zone is 2 or more until end of turn, this unit gets drive -1. Remember that is big. So you only get 2 checks, not 3. But that's still 2 checks. That's still big. And
then a restand.
Once per turn, choose a card from your hand and discard it, and choose a card with Overlord in its card name from your hand and discard it. So choose an Overlord and another card, drop them. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand it. Plus 5k. What more reason do you need?
Mm-hmm.
Have the X down. That's still 15. That's still 26. Restand now he's at 31.
Oh, you know what's funny?
It's pretty strong.
You know what's funny? You remember how like the stride units get power from, if it's in Legion, you could pick either or.
Yeah.
If you're cross-ridden, you can give them 13k, so they'd be like 28.
Yeah. So
which is pretty funny, because this guy, that means...
Stride, he's a 13k base, boom, 28k stride right there.
Yeah,
boom,
and then plus 5.
It hits cross rides nice and hard.
Oh yeah.
Magic number.
Oh yeah, any deck would be scared of that.
Starting stride unit. Forget his name. Divine Dragon Knight Mustafa.
Mustafa! No, that's not him.
Mustafa. Oh my god, it's almost like Mustafa. No. That's not the right name, is it?
No, it's not. I doesn't sound right. Anyways.
Mufasa.
Yes, my bad.
Not Mustafa. I have to switch.
I like combine the names together. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, alright. So once per turn. So this is what you're gonna start off with. It's gonna get you to your G zone 2, so you can use the Ace properly. It's pretty much. Feel free to use some units because he's gonna some abilities counterblast because this guy will add a lot of pressure. Because you drop stride with him, counterblast 1, and you flip the other copy of him up. Oh no, just a card.
But it's better to flip him up because then he doesn't get his skill.
Even if you want to do the Ace, that's not bad. But then you can't use the Aces. You can only use 1.
Exactly.
So I would say use Mufasa.
Yeah, Mustafa.
Okay, see, you counterblast 1, do that, and you choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it. And you choose one. Oh, sorry. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards. Choose one of your units for each face-up card named Divine Dragon Knight Mustafa in your G zone until end of turn they get. When they hit a Vanguard, choose a card from your damage zone and turn it face up. So, flip him up. Boom. Put it on both rear guards because you have 2 up technically. Wait.
Yeah, basically.
Oh no, only 1 because it's in your G zone. But still, put it on your more powerful one.
Okay.
There's a lot of pressure there. So, our final stride unit is Snow Element Blizza. Choose a counterblast, flip a card up in your G zone, gains plus 5k for every face-up unit in the G zone. In both G zones, not just yours, but theirs as well. So let's say they've used up all 8 stride units, you've used up 7, and this is your last one.
It's
game.
It says in your G zone.
Is it in yours?
Yeah, it says in yours.
Okay, never mind.
I was like, wait, have I misread that card all that time?
I'm the one that misread it.
It's cool, don't worry. It's been a while since you've done this.
Still, this is your choice if you want to run a Blizza. I think he's a great endgame stride unit because that's a lot of power to be swinging. So you've used up 6. You're out of the Ace. You're out of Mustafa, and this is all you have left. Play Blizza. 6 times 5, 35k extra.
It'd probably have to unflip itself.
Yeah. So it unflips itself. Now, there is 40k to his 15, 55, now plus your Vanguard, so let's say it's just the X, so
Probably
there's
13.
11k, 56 plus boost, gonna end up being over 60k.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. Great endgame. If you know they've used up all their perfect guards, it can be what wins you the game, because there's no way to either block that if they have enough, and let the other 2 hit, or do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And let it kill you. So this has been my Dragonic Overlord deck. Literally just runs every Dragonic Overlord. Remember, this deck is purely for fun, so don't expect to be going to your local tournament and sweeping everyone.
Pretty much.
Don't expect to be going to Springfest or the World Championship or regionals and just blowing out everyone. Unless somehow this deck is actually just that good. Like the Resident Sleeper Vanguard, and no one knows about it, and I made it.
No, but yeah.
Actually, oh, now I actually want to build this more.
So, anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Jahauf.
Everyone be so sick.
Yes, thank you.
Purely for fun, not competitive, I think.
Basically.
Now I'm a little curious, and have some fun with this deck if you want to build it. And go ahead, Marley.
Yep, so thank you, Jahauf, for doing this deck profile with me.
Welcome.
Been meaning to do more with you, so you'll definitely see him around.
Oh my god.
Anyways, super fun deck. Try it out if you want. Overlording your system, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time.